Assalamu alaikum students. Let's study today about the First World War. This war was fought in the whole world. The whole Europe was involved in this war, and all the European colonies in Asia, in Africa, and other parts of the world, they also became part of this war because they were part of those powers who were fighting the war. So let's see how this war started, why this started. So the First World War was started in 1914, and it was carried on up to 1918. It is called briefly, shortly, WW1, World War One. The root cause of the World War One was that the Austrian prince was visiting Serbia, and there a nationalist person assassinated this prince. Assassinated means killed this person, shot him dead. When he was shot dead, so Germany persuaded Austria to attack Serbia. Now here Germany took the first step for this war, and later we will see that the Treaty of Versailles, Germany was totally considered responsible for this world war, and asked him. It was asked to pay all the damages of the countries, because here the war starts with Germany's persuasion, because this assassination could be solved with the dialogues or with some other things, but Germany persuaded Austria to attack Serbia. And when on the persuasion of Germany, Austria and Hungary attacked Serbia, so then Russia came to help Serbia, because Russia was the ally of Serbia. When Russia came to help Serbia, so then Germany declared war on Russia. And when Germany declared war on Russia, so then France wanted to check Germany, but when France announced to check Germany so that the war should not be started, so Germany attacked France and occupied it. In this way, the whole world was drawn into the world war by Germany. So Germany is wholly solely responsible for starting this First World War. Then during World War, all the countries were united in two groups. In these two groups, we can see there that the two alliances were made during the war. One was Central Power and other was Allies. In the Central Power, there was Germany, Austria, Hungary, Bulgaria, and Turkey. These countries formed Central Power. They were united, and the opponent front was called Allies. So in Allies, Japan was there, Great Britain, which we call England also. Great Britain was there, France was there, Russia and Italy, and USA joined this group later at the end year of the World War. So these two allies, these two fronts fought war against each other, and other countries other countries were the colonies of these powers in the whole, in Asia and Africa. So they either were part of this group or part of this group, because they were the colonies of these countries, these powers. So the whole world was involved in this war, and a lot of damages were done. So let's see the photo, how this war. Students, you can see this photo, and the Austrian Hungary Prince Franz Ferdinand with his wife is visiting Serbia, where he was assassinated by a nationalist, and this was the root cause of starting of the World War One. Students, now let's see the causes of World War One. Industrial Revolution caused rivalry among the European nations, and they wanted more and more markets for themselves in the world, in Asia, in Africa, in other parts of the world. They wanted more and more markets for their produced goods. This rivalry caused a war among them, and a lot of wars were fought, battles were fought between the armies of two European nations on the foreign lands. These, due to this industrial revolution, then the causes which we can count are collected in an acronym MAN, M-A-I-N, MAN. M for militarism. Militarism means that when the wars and battles started on the foreign lands for control of the trade there. So every country now felt threats from other countries, and they started the production of deadly weapons that in case of the invasion, in case of the attack of other country, or in case of their battles with their other European nations on the foreign land, they should have the most modern, sophisticated, deadly weapons to win the battles and to control the world. So due to militarism, the deadly weapons started, and then different countries started alliances, because in case of invasion on one country, so the other countries which are part of that alliance will come to help their ally. So these alliances were already existed before the World War, and these alliances were made to combat any invasion, any attack from other countries. These alliances were in five shapes. So one was Russia and Serbia. They had an alliance. Germany and Austria-Hungary, they had an alliance. The third alliance was France and Russia. And the fourth alliance, Britain, France and Belgium were entered. And in the fifth alliance, Japan and Britain were there. So these were the alliances that in case of attack on one country, the other countries will come to help. And due to these alliances also, the World War started, because when Hungary attacked Serbia, so Russia was the ally of Serbia. Russia came to help Serbia, and then Germany was the ally of Hungary, Austria, so Germany attacked on Russia, so declared war on Russia. So these things all led to the World War I. So let's take a look on a picture of these alliances, that how these alliances were there. The picture that when Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia, so Russia got involved to defend Serbia, and its ally, as its in region, Germany declared war on Russia. So then France was then drawn in against Germany and Austria-Hungary. Germany attacked France by marching through Belgium and thus also pulling Britain into war. Okay, now then another reason is this man, M for militarism, A for alliances we studied, and this I for imperialism. Imperialism, every European nation wanted to make its imperial power in the whole world, and a competition was started to take control of more and more foreign lands for their trade. This competition and their imperialism through the whole world, this competition led to the World War I. Then nationalism. In the main, the last N is for nationalism, N for nationalism. And nationalism, how nationalism started in Europe? Nationalism started due to French Revolution. French Revolution inspired two things in Europe and then in the whole country. One, democracy, when the monarch was finished and republican government was established. So people now wanted democracy in whole Europe. And nationalism. Napoleon Bonaparte for the first time said that French is the best nation of the world and it will rule the world. So now nationalism idea spread in whole Europe, and every nation said that every nation said that we are the best nation of the world and we will rule the world. So this nationalism then spread on the basis of language and culture, and now every European country, every European nation wanted to make their own separate homeland on the basis of their language and the basis of their culture. So that's why on the basis of this nationalism, the Europe was established, and now today we see the European countries all are made on the basis of nationalism. One language, one culture, one country. So they are they are very small countries in the whole Europe, but they are based on one language and one culture. So these things, these all things, then the World War I was also then fought on this idea of nationalism, that French is the best nation of the world, and English is the best nation of the world, and Dutch is the best nation of the world, and etc. etc. So every nation said that we are the best nation of the world and we will rule the world. So this led to the World War I.